Attunement. It's a stats to determine how many spells you can carry that works exactly like memory slots in Elden Ring. The higher the attunement, the more spells you can put inside your pocket. Today, I'm gonna beat Dark Souls by only leveling attunement. Now, of course, I'm not allowed to level up any other stats and I can only use magic, which is separated into 3 different categories in the game: sorceries, miracles, and pyromancy. One is obviously better than the other, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's start by picking a class. And I pick Sorcerer, or a witch just like Jada Pinkett Smith right here. Please like and subscribe if you like Jada Pinkett Smith. This is probably my 4th time playing Dark Souls, and as far as I know, by picking Sorcerer I have 15 intelligence at bare minimum. The reason is pretty simple. It's much easier to utilize sorceries right away rather than miracles, as the offensive miracles whether has high requirement of faith or just too difficult to obtain. I got a catalyst and now I'm fully armed to fight a boss, which I think 30 rounds of Souls arrows is more than enough. The whole thing just now was a proof that this is more than just doable. Once I step foot in the Firelink Shrine, I make my way to the Undead Parish, pronto. But I forgot the struggle in this game is not a boss fight, but rather the inhabitants or the mobs that happens to be brutally savage all the time, and hence why I dislike Dark Souls so much. And I still keep coming back. The problem with this build is the slow casting speed and low damage, but as a challenge runner, that obviously wouldn't stop us, and for early game, the damage wasn't so bad. My forte is actually a boss fight, so yeah, I'm keep attacking his PP, right? Not a single roll, I just did that, but I misclicked. Okay, there we go, very easy. Wait, you still alive? Not anymore. But what's stopping me is when the universe said so. Definitely not my fault, guys. Oh, you fuck. After a while, I made my way to ring my first bell. But the bell was obviously guarded by not 1, but 2 gargoyles. That's right, my favorite thing about Souls game is a duo boss fight. Therefore, I stumbled upon my first obstacle. Oh my fuck. I think I never beat these guys without the helping hand from Solaire, and Souls arrows might not be the best spells for this specific fight, but it's the only thing I have, so I got no choice. With that, I spent quite some time to study their behavior, and I noticed I have to actively control the lock-on whenever I should, since while locking on, dodging will be limited to only 4 directions, so it can be annoying sometimes. Oh ho ho. And when the other guy joined the fight, all I did is running to the other side of the roof and keep going back and forth to create a range of attack. And that was my first time beating the gargoyles solo, with only my long stick. One down. Oh! I talked to my boy Oshawott, didn't buy anything obviously, and I make my way back to the Undead Burg. At this point, 30 Souls arrows won't be enough, so it's best for me to acquire some new spells. Saving Grix, because he's too smart to open the door himself, but at least he's generous enough to share his knowledge to me.
I regret meeting.
Someone's coming. Oh, I got another spell, and while at the bonfire I also level up a bit of attunement. I realized this time around I'm not only leveling attunement, but I also level up my death counter as well. You are a fuck. Oh, look at the number. And it will keep going up because I'm going to fight Capra Demon. Let me drink! No. Okay, of course, man. You know, this is the deadliest alley in the world. A bit too claustrophobic, too many dogs, and yeah, the issue is actually the dogs, man. They usually block me and did an endless combo until I'm no longer standing with my 2 feet. I spent quite some time here because I refuse to think of different ideas and keep banging my head to the wall. But eventually, that works. The Capra Demon itself is never an issue once you kill the 2 dogs inside. But my approach is a bit more cautious because the Great Souls arrow I bought from Grix has a little bit slower casting speed than the regular Souls arrow. Stupid dog. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Very nice. Fuck you, man. Go fuck yourself. I level up even more, so now I have more slots to bring more spells. My next goal is to get more spells by going down to the depths to save Laurentius. While I'm making my way down there, it's time for me to explain a little bit about the spells. So basically, some NPC sells the same spells that we already had, and we can still buy them. The spells ain't gonna disappear into thin air. In fact, they will stack. They give you more ammo, and that's why you will see me buying the same spells a few times here. Alright, here we go. We save Laurentius from the barrels and proceed even deeper to fight the Gaping Dragon. I got cursed along the way, but I know they ain't gonna stop me from taking down bosses. But once the fight begins, my magic feels kinda dull. I had it coming already, but I'm still gonna gamble. Whew. With that amount of damage, is it gonna be enough for me to kill the dragon? But my main reason is I don't wanna go back up there. Grinding will take some time, and looks like I don't have to. Even if I have to experience the bitter depths, I still prefer not to go back up there as for now. Okay, let's see. Is it gonna be enough? 30, brother? Okay, we're safe, No! It's enough, right? It's enough. Well, guess what? I'm up on the surface now. Why? Because I have to fix this. As far as I remember, the only guy who can remove this curse is Oswald. What the f? So I went back to the bell tower and bought the purging stones. Since I'm not leveling intelligence, magic will eventually get weaker as we progress through the game. In this case, I need more firepower to survive this cruel world. I acquired some pyromancies from Laurentius and then make my way to the Blighttown. Oh, I also beefing with Lautrec because he's gonna be an issue if I didn't kill him right now. It should be a quick push down the cliff, but I forgot how to kick. So here's a round of deathmatch with him. Lautrec, bro, you don't even want to fight me right now. Traveling to the New Londo and through Valley of the Drakes, I arrive at Blighttown in no time. This path is much faster and more linear to reach the bonfire down the sewer. Only a few steps later, and after avoiding some rock-throwing hobos, I ultimately reach the second bell. But I have to beat Quilluck beforehand. Now as you can see, Soul's Arrow didn't do too well in this fight, but it's totally doable. However, the problem is I don't have enough ammo to kill her. And what about the pyromancy I just bought, you might ask? Let's just say she uses lava for her afternoon bath, so you get the idea. I need to craft a different plan for this fight. Since fast travel is still not available at the time, I have to go back to Firelink Shrine and walk through the depths again to reach the other side of Blighttown. I really don't like this path, since I always have to run from the swarm of orange dogs and the crocs. I died like a lot in this part, but after a while I made my way and got the power within. There we go! This is a spell buff that I definitely need in the long run, and just by increasing damage by 40%, it will be enough to kill Quilluck. She is pretty slow most of the time, so the fight should take less than 100 seconds. Oh fuck. Holy shit, I have like 60 Soul's Arrow by the way. Crazy amount. Oh my god, I got... Yeah! So, the first time I fought this guy, I remember I just had to walk back to the entrance and he will fall to his demise. But for some reasons, he stands his ground and shoot me from distance, causing me to experience the immediate death. Multiple times. I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. I thought it was a bug, so I pulled back and decided to go to Sans Fortress instead. My favorite place to die. Yeah, no matter how many times I play this game, a reasonable crash out is inevitable. So I guess I need time to calm myself a little bit. I went to the Darkroot Garden to get the Grass Crash Shield because I thought stamina was one of the problem. Not only that, I was planning to use it against the Ceaseless Discharge, but the shield doesn't stand a chance obviously. My first thought about this was definitely a bug, but after dying a lot and looking for a solution on Reddit, looks like I have to redo the in-game script for this fight. I gotta go back to the end of the path where I got the gold ham armor set, and from there I have to make my way back to the entrance, while surviving his attacks along the way. Using the shortcut will help me dodge most of his attacks, and eventually make him fall and kill himself. Yeah! Oh my god, it's working! Yeah! As I level up my attunement even more, I forgot I need them souls for something else. So I decided to go back to Undead Asylum and kill the Asylum Demon once more. The Stray Demon. But my pride was so big, I refused to use Pyromancy and went full sorceries. With that pathetic amount of damage, it definitely took a hefty amount of time, and apparently sorceries themselves are not enough. So I have to pull out the Fireball and Combustion at the end of the day. At least I get the aim now. We make it! 20,000 souls. I used that to buy Billowing Dragon Crest Ring to boost magic damage. Adding some and even more souls, I also upgraded my Pyro Glove and bought some other spells as well. I need more ammo for the long run. I traveled back to Sans Fortress, and surprisingly this time, I went by quite easily without dying, and without wasting too much time, I reached the bonfire. But at the moment right there, I have to end the stream, so I quit, sleep, done some chores and came back. Alright, what's good? Here's the thing. In Dark Souls, lighting the bonfire and rest at the bonfire are two completely different things. So basically, to save your current spawn point, you have to rest at the bonfire, which is something I forgot to do. And after reaching the top and got slammed so hard by the Iron Golem, the moment of realization just appeared in front of my eyes. Oh, what the fuck? My god, bro, I don't have luck as my strong point in DS1 because we're not playing DS3, obviously. So unfortunately, I have to walk through the true experience of Sans Fortress. After a few deaths and crawling my way back up there, I finally faced the Iron Golem head on, and I used magic. Don't worry, I have the Heavy Soul Arrow as my new addition, and the boss doesn't have a lot of variety when it comes to movesets. But I just learned that this guy cannot be thrown off the cliff with these weak magics, so I gotta do this manually. I remember I don't really waste much time on Anorlondo, but I did have some fun when having a ceiling showdown with the KKK. There's not much going on along the way and I did the stair jump perfectly, but this is where the major challenge showed up. That's right, my favorite boss of all time, Ornstein and Smough, really got my ass handed to me in premium wrapping. Usually killing Ornstein would be a better decision as Smough's second phase is much easier to take down. However, it's so difficult to manage which one to kill first when I only cast a spell to whoever lucky enough to receive my attack. Using sorceries will only turning this into an endurance fight, which putting me in a disadvantage, so I try to use combustion as my offense. I definitely have a big issues with Ornstein as he can dash towards me in the most unrealistic way and maintaining range with him is really difficult because I don't know when he's gonna launch at me. At some point I managed to separate both of them and kill Smough first. Obviously it didn't end well after that because if it did, I'll change my intonations and the script, and the way I speak right now doesn't seem that I'm dying on the inside. Looks like Ornstein was still a big obstacle to get through, but I prefer to beat him on his first phase rather than second phase. So I take some time to analyze his movesets and just focus on him. He can be stunned after a few hits and I make sure to combust him with my combustions. That's right. Oh shit, that hits, nice. Hey! I'm out! Yeah! Whoa! Now, Smough for second phase wasn't so bad and I believe I can take him down quite easily. I just need more time because I'm gonna utilize my magic all the way through the end. This second phase actually took 4 minutes to finish. I'm glad this fight is finally ended with me as the only one standing. Oh! Dude! The fight gave me a few things. A massive 50,000 souls, big boobs, and fast travel ability. This time I'm gonna use the souls to upgrade my pyro glove as enemies will become tougher. But not just my pyro glove, I also need to reinforce my sorcery, so I saved Logan back in the Sands Fortress and bought some spells from him. Now, I actually did little oopsies right here. I forgot I only have 15 intelligence from the beginning, so I'm not qualified to use advanced sorceries. And I bought Soul Mass that requires 18 intelligence. Well, good spending, Spartan. Unlike sorceries, pyromancy doesn't scale with anything, and this will be my endgame weapon. So back to the Blighttown, meet Quelana because she can upgrade my glove beyond what Laurentius could ever done. I also bought some cheap spells from her. At this point, I need to upgrade my other things as well. So I killed the butterfly to get more souls, then I used that souls to stack up my existing sorceries and used that sorceries to kill the Hydra. Actually, no. I used Great Combustion to kill the Hydra, but I didn't expect the Hydra was easy to kill this time, as my previous experience would be the opposite of this. I saved the Ulusi Lady and got the Crown of Dusk. This will increase my damage output even more, and without wasting any more time, I tested out against the Sentinels in Anorlondo while farming some souls at the same time. After gaining enough souls, I bought the Crest of Artorias and fight Sif, which only take a few seconds after I switched to Combustibus. I just want to give magic a little bit of credit, but oh well, I didn't realize how powerful the pyros can be right now. Too bad. You also died. So we're back on Demon Ruins where I killed the Ceaseless Discharge before. I picked exactly where I left off and my next place to visit is the Lost Islet. It'll be a long journey for sure because facing another Asylum Demon for the third time was supposed to be an easy fight. But again, my magic is running dry on power, so I have to switch to Combustibustion once again to finish the job. Surprisingly, fire did some damage to him unlike with Quellac before. After beating this guy, he drops the Demon Catalyst, which is an upgrade from my old stick. It barely reached the requirement, but thank god, two-handed fixed the strength problem and we good to go. You know, it's been a long time since I level up my attunement, but yeah, lost another souls right there, never mind. Alright, who's playing Elden Ring Night Rain later on? Anyone? Actually, let me know if you're gonna play Night Rain, bro. Like, I'm genuinely curious. Speaking about Night Rain, they brought back the most forgettable boss from DS1, and that is the Centipede Demon. I guess when a boss is immune to fire damage, it's always related to lava. And this is the same case with Quellac. But to make it worse, I almost had no platform to step on, so mobility is not on my side. Ultimately, the damage did a massive damage to me because I don't have the orange charred ring, and to get the ring I have to beat the Centipede Demon itself. Or by killing off his tail, because like his tail is alive, which is still an ongoing issue since I cannot do much damage to begin with. But apparently, 2 hits are enough to take down the living tail. Luckily for me, the Demon Catalyst gives a little boost to my damage, even if I still have to rely with all the Soul's Arrows variations. The boss also only have like 4 moves, so it's easy to learn the pattern. I also able to walk on lava with very minimum overtime damage. By minimum, I mean I still get hurt every seconds, but I got the time to drink the flask whenever I need to at least. I thought I was gonna be stuck here for a long time, but looks like I managed to find my way out of this guy. You know what? We're done! We are done, dude! I went back to Quelana to buy some more spells like Firestorm and upgrade my glove. At this point, I noticed an abnormal increase of my death counter. I feel like I died a lot on something I shouldn't die on. Even on Bat of Chaos that shouldn't take more than 2 tries, but apparently my most embarrassing death is from this boss. Nah. The symptoms of Soul's fatigue start showing, but I think I still have the willpower to finish the game. Going back to Quelana once again, after defeating the Bat of Chaos to claim the most powerful spell that I can use. I was also able to ascend my Pyro Glove to Beyond. This will surely kill everything. With having more than 50 attunements, I have maximized the amount of slots possible, which is 12 slots. But some spells requires more than 1 slot, so at this moment I carry 8 spells in my quick slot menu. Now I still have a little more willpower to finish the game, but because I'm going to my most, and I mean my top favorite place in Dark Souls, the Tomb of the Giants. I need certain items to ensure my survivability, and by collecting them requires a fresh sacrifice from someone in Firelink Shrine. Instead of paying 20,000 souls, I got the Slumbering Dragon Crest for free. This will help me reduce the sound of my footsteps, and it should be a perfect stealth combo if I combine with the Ring of Fog. But I couldn't get it right now, as the option is either from killing the invaders or trade the Skull Lantern, which can only be acquired in the Tomb of the Giants. So as for now, I replaced the Ring of Fog with the Hidden Body spell that I bought from the Ulusi lady. This actually works pretty nicely as I walk through the catacombs with minimal issues. Well, maybe a little annoying moment can happen if I didn't kill the Necromancer. Nah, this ain't real, bro. This ain't fucking real. Let me rest. Oh, I gotta kill the Pyromancer at the end of fucking day, man. My plan was going perfectly fine as I keep going and finally beat Pinwheel. I didn't die from him, by the way. This totally never happened. But how many of you ever died to this guy? Like, I'm genuinely asking. So I reached the Tomb of the Giants, kill Patches, and acquired the Skull Lantern before testing my Fire Tempest for Nito later. I got back to the Undead Asylum, dropped the Skull Lantern to Snuggly, and acquired the Ring of Fog. Now I don't have to use the Hidden Body anymore. I remember fighting Nito for the first time, and it was so fun. The never-ending skeleton spawn is totally a very welcome addition in this boss fight. That's right, gang fight is my favorite thing in Dark Souls, and to express my gratitude for this feature, I have to equip the Slumbering Dragon Ring and the Ring of Fog at the same time. Therefore, the Skellies can stay there while I have a square off with Nito. Okay, 420. Good number. I did test a few spells that might work on him, but that sacrificed my life, of course. But without the skeletons, Nito is nothing, especially against pyromancy. Oh, what? You still survive? Oh man, I think I'm gonna get hit. Never mind. Okay, Nito, first try. Look at me. There we go! Oh, wow! Look at me, man. I think I'm good at this game. Guys, how many attempts? 3. Exactly. With Nito is now dead, I realize I am now a full-time pyromancer. But that probably limited for boss fights, as I still use them against any living inconveniences I found along the way. But in Duke's Archive, I don't think I really have to put down anyone that often, and instead, I was put down by gravity. I don't know why I spent a lot of time dying here, but I forgot where to go at the moment. But once I meet Seath for the second time, he stands no chance against fire. Good. Whoa, whoa! Oh, whoa! Almost a one-shot. We talked about Soul's fatigue a while ago, and this time I'm really feeling it as my journey to New Londo was very uneventful. I mean, I could say the same thing with Duke's Archive, but I dislike New Londo even more because of these female ghosts. I only have 4 transient curse, but seems like I wasn't effectively using them. I keep dying, falling, and cursing out my lung until my internet was decided to give up on me. To be honest, there's nothing I can do rather than just go fight a boss back to back, since leveling up has no any meaning right now. Eventually, I reach 4 kings. Yes, finally. But that doesn't mean the death counter stopped here. In fact, it took me an hour to deal with 4 kings himself. I don't know why that purple laser always got me every time. Took me multiple attempts to finally get a grasp on how to dodge that. I was relying with RNG too heavily in this fight, and he also has a lot of health, so using combustion was definitely a good pick. No! Gah! ring now. I don't care. Hit me all you want. I'm still gonna fucking kill you, dude. I don't care. You have to die at all costs. Come on. Yeah! Fuck you, man! Goddamn die, dude! I'm actually considering going for Gwyn right away as I'm getting tired of playing this game. But I thought we only have a few bosses left, so why not just give them a try? Sorceries were basically forgotten at this point, but I want to give it a try on Gwendolyn just to see, you know, how much damage I can deal. The door is sealed tight and I need a ring to open it. And to get the ring I have to go back to Undead Asylum, which is, you know, I didn't have enough mental capacity to do that. So I killed Guinevere and go for that sour fanboy ass. Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever, man. The soul's fatigue is at 70% at the moment, so I think I still have enough energy to beat all the DLC bosses before going for Gwyn. Therefore, I spent another minute fighting the Sanctuary Guardian that's surprisingly able to get killed with Firestorm. So I tried this one-shot method a while ago, but I found to be very difficult to pull against this boss, so I'm glad I'm able to do it this time. Well, not exactly one shot, but I was happy to pull off a successful Firestorm. There we go! Oh! Okay, Soul's Fatigue is at 80% now. With the help of Slumbering Dragon Ring and the Ring of Fog once again, I can walk through the level without having to deal with the Gardener. I was actually very excited to try my build against Artorias and even think to use the sorcery again. But my hope was shattered as Artorias obliterate me without mercy. He's actually my favorite boss in this game, but apparently I was having a very difficult time with him as I want to analyze his movesets even more with different spells. Unfortunately, he filled my Soul's Fatigue to 100% and I was super tired. I have this weird fire whip that I intended to use to beat him, but the situation has changed and I no longer has the will to continue this even longer. I went to the Valley of the Dregs once again to get the Redstone Ring. This will power me up when my health is low enough. Combined with the Crown Dust Ring to help me cut my health in half, then use Power Within to reduce my health even more, while at the same time buffing my damage even more. I just want to kill Artorias in one shot. Well, in my experience, doing one shot took longer than just beating the boss normally, but just this time, I want it to be successful. Without wasting any more time, I quickly wrapped the entire playthrough by going for Gwyn. I still died a few times, but I just had enough of Dark Souls for the moment. In conclusion, pyromancy carried this playthrough so much, especially at late game, and thanks to that max attunement, I never ran out of ammo. But at the end, I ran out of patience and willpower, therefore I didn't fight Priscilla, which I completely forgot by the way, and Manus, the Abyss Big Daddy. Once again, I ask you to help me to kill him with my build. And let me know in the comments down below if it's gonna be easy or not, because I only ever fought him once. Thanks to everyone and thanks for Gorgura for helping the Dodgers won a while back. We will miss you.